Right, here we go. The entire jiu-jitsu world is watching right now, trying to see what the phenom from Art of Jiu-Jitsu is going to come to the no-gi table with here at Who's Number One. Troy Russel, not afraid, not intimidated of Tainan. He's looking to expose the inexperience of Tainan Dalpra.
That's exactly right. And, you know, right now he's getting his weight in his heels. I will tell you right now that that I believe Russell's winning this exchange is he's getting the weight sit back in his heels, and that's a good thing for him. That means that he could sit underneath. I mean, he's obviously got he could ankle pick, he could do things like this. He could actually sit underneath, use any of these underhooks to try to sit under and really test Tainan on the legs. And I think that's probably where where most people are going to be curious. But right now, Troy's actually making him walk really well. There's a nice underhook. He's got a foot sweep on his right side. There's a beautiful Uchimata to clear him out.
Circle.
Yes, I never thought we'd see Tainan wrestling. Listen, arm drag to the back. Beautiful takedown by Tainan Dalpra.
That was excellent. Little arm drag, cross trip.
Tainan mentioned that you know, one of his inspirations as a child was Marcelo Garcia, and we saw classic arm drag to the single by Tainan Dalpra, a la Marcelo Garcia, and obviously Rafa Mendes, Key Mendes, Cole Abate. He's got a long list of amazing training partners at Art of Jiu-Jitsu, but Troy Russel, student of Rafael Lovato, two-time Who's Number One veteran, he's looking to derail the Tainan Dalpra no-gi train today.
Yeah, this isn't where he wants to be. I know that's an obvious statement, but Tainan is exceptional here. His movement is exceptional. His passing is exceptional. Troy needs to go to a single and then slide into where he can get under the legs. A big believer that that's where he needs to test Tainan. And to do so, he's going to have to get his legs inside, which means single, slide to guard, leg entry, something like this. Right now, to sit on your back and play guard is not a good strategy right now for Tainan. He's going to run him over. He's doing an excellent job of walking under these legs, and he's going, if he gets the knees pointed to the side, he's going to walk right to the mount essentially.
Tainan Dalpra, multiple-time world pan-European champion. Everyone in Jiu-Jitsu wanted to see how his debut is, and so far he's been dominating.
Yeah, he keeps walking to the side. Now he's got an arm and his head and arm isolated on this far side. He's going to start sliding the knee through the mount. But the more he walks those legs over, the easier it's going to be to continue his mount right here. His Katagatami's going to come quick now. It's okay that he's taking this time right now to now he's going to have to pummel his legs under. Here comes Katagatami. He's going to elect to go double underhooks because of the grip or the wrist right there, which is a wise move. And now he's going to just have Troy Russel bridge to one side. I would, more or less, if Troy bridges to one side to free an arm, it will give up the Katagatamis. So see how he's got his hands clasped, but he's not going to get out with his hands clasped. So Tainan may elect to go up on the arm if he wishes, to get a gift wrap.
There's also a really nice armbar from that position that Bushesha does when you grab the head with the double under.
That's right.
Transition to the S mount, and then you can take the arm. But it'll be interesting to see what Tainan does with this. Troy trying to bump and hip out.
Yeah, he's working for Katagatami. If you're going to take the arm, it's a good idea to take the arm that's on the top side, so that right arm of Troy Russell. If he slides up there really well and keeps the elbows high, it's actually hard to get the defense wrapped up quickly for Troy, but he's got a lot of time. I mean, he's got stacks of time to let Russell bridge up and free his elbow. When he bridges up and frees his elbow, that opens up that Katagatami attack. There he's going on the arm. Now, he went on the bottom arm. That's what I was talking about there. Now, Troy's got that defense. Oh, he's going to thread it through. Now he's got no defense. He's threaded through. He's got no defense. It's going to be a very tight arm lock. Yep,
beautiful armbar by Tainan Dalpra. Wow. From mount. Looked like he went from Plata for a second, falling off to the side, but used the inside arm for the straight armbar. Tainan Dalpra wins by submission in his Who's Number One and no-gi debut. Let's take a look at that replay. We mentioned the S mount from that double underhook, setting up the arm, slides over the top arm, picks the second one. I thought it was omoplata. It looked like a triangle armbar.
Yeah, so
beautiful combination.
Yeah, use that omoplata to take away the defense, stuff the arm, hold the elbow. Then there's no defense on that straight arm lock. And even if you fail, then you have all those follow-ups. So beautiful campaign, like picture perfect.
Yeah, clinical win by Tainan Dalpra. Goes to the corner. And big hug for the son of Guilherme Mendes in the corner now. Very respectful. Shaking hands with the Lovato crew there.
Yeah, well, I love watching him in the gi, and it's going to be certainly fun to watch him in this.
This is the beginning of a new era.
Yes,
Tainan Dalpra no gi.
Yeah.
The official decision via submission. Out of the red corner, Tainan Dalpra.
There it is. Tainan Dalpra gets the win by submission. Dominant performance. 8 pounds. We're going to kick things over to our referee, Gabriel, to begin this matchup. A lot of buzz around this match. Tainan in his second Who's Number One matchup. Taza, a very, very experienced grappler. Taza has defeated Tainan's teammate, Jonathan Alves, here at Who's Number One. Has some big wins under his belt. Actually, he has a win over Sebastian Rodriguez, Johnny Tama. And Taza's, he's been to ADCC. He's won Pan No-Gi. He's won all of, many, many major No-Gi titles, training at New Wave Jiu-Jitsu with some of the best in the world under the tutelage of John Danaher, Gordon Ryan, Nicholas Marigali. He's got quite the squad over there, but Tainan Dalpra representing AOJ, showcasing his new no-gi skills.
And this is, Taza was kind of down on the leg, up on the head, down on the leg, that. I think he needs to do this for a little while. And I think that's a good tactic for him to use. This is not, but getting down on the leg, up on the head, down on the leg, maybe sneak in a little sneaky sweep singles. We've seen Tainan used the arm drag on his last match. He's trying to just tap the knee. But Taza, what I think he needs to do, he's got to do what he's best at, is move. But he also, when he gets into position, I think he needs to slow down a little. Sometimes he moves a little too much, gets himself into some trouble sometimes when he's failed an attack, et cetera, et cetera. Tainan, on the other hand, needs to lock Taza down. When he gets wherever position he can get on the ground, he needs to lock him down and then be very, very aware, which I'm sure he will be, of all the leg injuries and all the movement that Taza does. He moves a lot.
Tainan very aggressive on that single leg.
Yep.
Nice. Swatting that leg down, gets Oliver Taza to his back.
He needs to pummel this right leg over the top of the arm, because Tainan's going to get in and get tight. That's what he needs to do. He needs to really just smother Taza. That wrist over there on Taza's left side is a huge battle that he needs to win. That fight right there for that arm is so important right now. And now Tainan is locking in on the body lock.
And in this position, in the gi, this is where we see Tainan do some crazy rolls.
Yeah.
You talk about the gator roll to the arm bar to the back, whatever. And it'd be interesting to see what kind of new no-gi techniques he's going to bring to the table as he gets more comfortable and familiar competing with no-gi.
He's just going to sprawl in a minute. He's got a body lock, so he's got a very, very strong lock of the waist of Taza. So he can bring his left leg down towards the mat and simply pummel right over there. He's going to pummel right through, his knee sliding right through. Taza got to get his elbows inside and under the chest and watch his back. He's got a good guillotine from here, a little nice guillotine recovery. He does very well. Very nice recovery by Taza. And that's one thing that Taza does so well. And I think this is what nowadays when Taza, I believe he's at his best, his experience allows him to recover from some very bad situations. And he does that very well. It's a nice glimpse of his recovery there.
Yeah, Taza in the press conference yesterday, he made some comments saying that when things don't go Tainan's way, he sort of breaks, and he thinks that he can break Tainan's confidence in this match. And you know what? So far, Taza has been able to escape some of these attacks that Tainan has been implementing. He's doing a good job so far, but if I had to call it so far, Tainan obviously dominating.
Yeah, I think if you're Taza and you're gonna do what he is, if you can keep him off your back or escape if he gets your back, that's a big deal for. That's kind of what Taza's talking about there.
See Giancarlo Bottoni, 2022 ADCC champion, in the corner of Oliver Taza, New Wave Jiu-Jitsu team member.
Taza needs to keep Tainan off of his head and get a little bit more action on Tainan. So there's little snap downs, going for that outside 2-on-1. There it is. He's making him walk around. He should paw at the legs, walk around. This is good. Very good for Taza to do, is to keep moving Tainan with that head and walking him around. And go from leg to head, leg to head, leg to head, walk him around. That's going to set up shots a little bit later.
Yeah, there was a little bit of a head collision there, if you guys noticed at home, and Tainan did not want this match stopped at any cost. He looks very intense and very determined. I think he just doesn't want this momentum to stop.
Yeah.
Judges favor red.
Try on the arm drag, but a little too far out.
Yeah, he slipped that arm, went for the leg a little prematurely, it looked like.
Didn't really have a bite on the tricep there.
Taza with a little 2-on-1, modified grip there.
Yep. There, that's good hand fighting from Taza to snap the hands off, get back up on Tainan's head, and do it again. It's good hand fighting, making him walk. You hear the footstep, right? So that means that he could sweep single him on one of these injuries. Heavy foot on the mat means that you're successful at walking someone, and that means that you have their weight going where you want. Now let's see if Taza can capitalize on the single on that side that he has been walking Tainan quite well towards his left, towards Taza's left.
What I will say about this matchup is it's not looking the way we thought it was going to. When everyone started talking about this match, immediately they're thinking Taza with the leg entanglement, Tainan with the takedowns. Taza's been stuffing Tainan's takedowns so far. He did get taken down once, but it looks like he's figured out how to stop those takedowns. And on the ground, he's not able to get to the leg entanglements at all. So it's this is a much different matchup than we thought it would be. As I say that, Tainan goes for that swatting single leg rush and gets Taza right to his back.
Now he just let him cruise by the guard, and that I'm not a fan of. But again, Taza's gotten out at some pretty bad positions.
Yeah, he's right inside at this point. And a restart from side control is a good place to be. You look at Tainan redirecting the hips of Taza, sort of that modified side control, trying to get his hips behind the hips of Taza in that leg drag position there.
Yep, it's a great position. It's like I call it diagonal side or diagonal mount, actually. Like instead of the side, classic side, you walk diagonal and your head lines up with the shoulder and your hips line up with the hips, and you could just literally walk right over the legs. It's a very, very hard position, especially if you can couple that with some underhooks, at least. So Taza's kind of gone into a little bit of a shell here. Keeping his arms under the chest. And we'll see if he picks a time where he feels Tainan gets a little lighter and works his knees in. See Tainan hunting for that wrist, far side. He's going to look to mount. He's going to look to just try to walk over the legs, like basically slide the knee over the legs. Taza doing a good job of keeping the hands away from gift wraps, so trying to stay underneath. Looking to to work those legs back in. Does so pretty well. Now trying to get a Darce angle on a Darce. Guillotine.
Yeah.
Taza's got his right arm really low, so he's doing a good job there of countering that guillotine. And Taza moves, excuse me, Tainan moves it. Now he's going to mount here. So if he can stay under this elbow on that side, Tainan, if you can stay that elbow battle, Taza's got to bring that elbow underneath. And he's also got to fight his right elbow in the crook of Tainan's elbow. Tricky position. He's doing a good job. Taza's doing a good job of bringing his arms about low. Even if he gets mounted, he should be able to get out.
There you see that AOJ-style side-to-side passing by Tainan Dalpra. Getting right back into that side control of Oliver Taza.
And this is kind of where Taza doesn't really want to be. It's just under pressure. His escapes are good, but he's going to have to open up soon, and that's when things can get bad.
Beautiful back take there by Tainan Dalpra, back take attempt, and Oliver Taza used the experience to escape, getting back to the feet.
There you go. Yeah, again.
And free.
He gets out of these situations. He's very, very good at creating opportunities to get out.
We're going to get to our second judge's favor, but I think we know who's going to be getting that one. Again, Tainan Dalpra dominating this match, but Taza's defense and escapes have been very, very good.
There was a snap to the head, entry on the leg. The problem, though, that was a nice little fireman's carry, but Taza countered nicely. The problem, even being good at defense, though, it eats the clock away. So Taza has essentially 5 minutes to really get offensive in nature.
And I think defending, if it wears and frustrates your opponent down, but
Judge's favor,
happening with Tainan.
red.
He keeps coming forward, even though he's not hitting some of those entries, or maybe finalizing some of those shots or what have you. He just doesn't stop going forward.
Yeah, I think Taza is chipping away, but he's going to have to put a little bit of juice on one of these singles just to test, to see what does Tainan have on in the gas tank defensively. He's getting in. He's getting his shoulder to the hip, but before time gets a little bit too late, you got to test one of these. Start driving, test one. And that he tried to sweep down instead of drive.
There's times where he's hitting those singles on Tainan, and it looks like he's hitting a brick wall.
I really,
gotta admit, it looks like he can't even budge him.
Yeah.
Take a look at the corner here of Tainan Dalpra. You see Cole Abate and Guy Mendez. Looking forward to getting Cole Abate back on the Who's Number One stage.
Yeah, super talented.
Very talented.
Again, Taza's going to have to open up here because time is not on his side, so he's going to have to start opening.
Being here defensively, 10 minutes ago, okay, but now at the 3-minute mark, it's going to be very, very hard to come back from this deficit if he wants to win a decision, unless he's got some crafty submission in his back pocket. It's going to be very hard for Taza to win this.
Yeah. Yeah, and the more the time runs out, the more risk he's going to need to take to get out of these situations, and that is exactly what Tainan can capitalize on. He's trying to invert here now. Tainan's on it, but nicely done by Taza. He's got to get his left leg back inside to the middle, because he'll just get smushed here if he's not careful. And Tainan gets an underhook on that arm, either arm really, but he's got to stay under on one.
Tainan getting towards the back, getting the hips behind the hips here. 2 minutes, 40 seconds left.
He's trying to get in on the leg, but again, Tainan's got great left leg position. He's got stuffed the legs very, very well. Knees on the floor, so his hips are going to feel too heavy to elevate.
Yeah, this is looking a little bit more like we thought could look like. You know, Tainan known positionally, very, very dominant.
Yeah.
He's utilizing a lot of that passing that he's been known for in the gi, and even what we saw in the last Who's Number One match. And just dominating in position here is Tainan Dalpra. Taza doing a great job of defending, but he's got to do something else here.
Yeah. Yeah, he's running, time is running short, so. And Tainan is doing a very good job of giving back what Taza wants to take until he stops it. And then he stops it about this half guard position, and then that's it. He'll just repass and get in drag. And
Tainan's doing a great job of, soon as he's touching that leg, he's just sliding that knee out, just not even giving him a chance to attack.
He's not letting Taza work to completely regenerate something offensive. He's letting him get out. Frankly, he's kind of letting him get out, but only to a certain point. And then he gets in his strong suit again, and then so it's eating away at the clock, and it's just good play for Tainan as well. It's not really fighting.
Tainan now sat back there for a little footlock attempt.
Careful with that.
I think he really wants to end this match with a statement, so he's trying to open up a little bit and feels comfortable doing so. Ten seconds left in this match. There it is. Shades of the gator roll we saw him do in the gi. Tainan Dalpra using it to get to the back. And that is it. Tainan Dalpra dominant in his second Who's Number One match against a very, very game and experienced Oliver Taza. You see that swatting, single leg takedown, switching sides to pass. Tainan with the single there, just kind of shoving Taza to the mat.
Yeah.
Looking for a guillotine and use that to get to the back. At one point, Taza's defense is just awesome.
He had great defense from everywhere, recoveries, did a really great job of keeping himself out of real danger, but again, it's just that there's a time constraint, and have to have that transition from not just from defense, but from defense into offense. And that's, he could get back to neutral, but he couldn't get back into the driver's seat.
Dominant performance by Tainan Dalpra. Great job with the defense of Oliver Taza. We're gonna go to the judges' decision, but I think we know who it's gonna go to.
We have the official decision via unanimous. Your winner in the red corner, Tainan Dalpra.
There it is, Tainan Dalpra 2-0 here in Who's Number One. His second no-gi match against a very, very tough and game opponent in Oliver. 184 pounds. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the fans wanted this match. J-Rod called for it. Tainan accepted. It's finally happening. Tainan Dalpra versus Jay Rodriguez.
And what I like about this is, look, Tainan's not sitting. He's going to wrestle. I kind of expected this. It's just the way he talks about how he wants to become better, because I think there's two areas that J-Rod has an advantage.
Beautiful takedown by J-Rod.
It's the wrestling, and also this, if he gets out to the open guard. So what that's going to be is it's going to make it very challenging for Tainan to flip or reverse J-Rod. But he's got to get out back away from this position right here. This I think is definitely in Tainan's advantage when he's inside here, feet on the hips, and he's got knees in good position. He can elevate, he can Tobinagi, triangles. These are all sort of classic jiu-jitsu things. Where J-Rod, I think, can shine is if he can get to the back through either the takedown game or open guard passing. Where Tainan's going to shine here, I believe, are these classic positions where he just is so good at jiu-jitsu. I mean, if he's a hold of J-Rod and can hold him, slow him down, do things like this, then I think he's going to shine in those departments.
This is exactly where I believe Tainan was entering with Francisco Lo at the World Championships recently, and ended up getting DQ'd. Yeah. But Tainan committed to this match. Still here, Lo was supposed to fight in another match here. Who's number one had to withdraw, unfortunately, because his leg was damaged. But this is where I think, you know, J-Rod's got to be really careful, is those back take attempts from Tainan Dalpra.
Yeah, Tainan's going to have to get creative. So that position with Lo was from the De La Riva, and he scooped the leg and turned Francisco Lo, and that was able to put a lot of pressure on the knee. He's going to have a difficult task here in staying tight enough through these inversions to be able to get to the back. I think that's where really one of the keys for him is to get to the back, or even if it's standing up. If he can create these opportunities to get to the back while standing, that'd be good for Tainan. This is the biggest test for him by far.
Beautiful omoplata attempt there by Tainan Dalpra.
Now let's see if he can use this to sweep and get to the top. He's got good pressure. He should hook this far leg. So that leg should go underneath and hook that far leg. That will ground or sweep J-Rod. See that left foot? Needs to go under and hook the far leg right now. Unlock the figure four and hook it.
The one thing we know about J-Rod is his submission defense, especially with shoulders and arms, is insane. That guy can roll out of about any arm lock. And, you know, Tainan now looking to get control of J-Rod's leg here.
I'm sure he's taking a few tricks from Pato, Cole, good crew to train with there.
Rafa Mendes.
Yeah, of course. He's just to try to expose the back or sweep in these positions.
Yeah, definitely a contrast of styles. You know, Tainan has a bit of a slow building pressure, very precise game. If anything, a little bit similar to like Gordon Ryan, you know, and J-Rod's very explosive, will wrestle, you know, pulling out unorthodox submissions like buggy chokes.
J-Rod passes the side here. He's past the guard of Tainan Dalpra. Now almost, he got to keep that head in the stomach. So as soon as he lifts that head up. Now the one thing that J-Rod can do also is just completely go around the turtle. I don't believe he's really got a huge deal to worry about from singles, but that's the move. If someone walks around your north-south and you cannot get to the guard, single leg is where you got to go. It's a single back to the guard. But sometimes heavy guard players don't like to turn to that single. So, and like you said, this match is 100% about styles. It's a very difficult style for Tainan to deal with. And keep good control here of J-Rod. That's a nice body lock. He's got a left near side underhook. If he puts his head on the mat on that far side, Tainan's going to be really in trouble. He should drive forward. He doesn't actually even need to lock his hands anymore. He's trying to keep a body lock, but sometimes that opens that elbow up. You see Tainan's underhook deep, and he's going to mount. He's going to mount it. All about that near side underhook and that body lock in that case. He's able to get out.
Yeah, J-Rod feels like he is a bit of a problem for Tainan Dalpra.
It's a style thing. Yes. I mean, his style is very good, and Tainan's very new on this type of style. So, but he's got 10 minutes to work, and that's where the skill sets can come in.
Judges favor
jiu-jitsu just so
blue.
As good as Tainan is, 10 minutes is a very long time for him to work. And
you see Tainan kicking that leg up over the shoulder. He's looking for that omoplata. I feel like that's probably one of the keys to victory. It's just sort of being able to lock J-Rod in a position and look to get under with the legs or try to reverse to get on top to control. But I think J-Rod understands that's the game plan, and he's staying away from that.
Yeah, the omoplata he had was fantastic. It was lightning fast. Just needed a little bit of a different approach, in my opinion, to keep him attached here.
Yeah, we have the unpredictable approach of J-Rod versus Tainan's precision here. And J-Rod, you know, he's one of the most exciting athletes, but he's actually never really had a string of victories here at Who's Number One, although his matches were amazing and so exciting to watch.
Yeah, but that's why this match is so good, potentially so good for him. I mean, Tainan's a huge name, but stylistically, like I keep saying, this is a very difficult match for Tainan.
You know, at the press conference, J-Rod said, no bottom, no buggy chokes. And he certainly hasn't done either yet so far.
There was near, that's what Tainan needs to do. See, I made him turn. So even if he gets the back when they come back to the feet, if he's on his waist on the back, this is very good for Tainan. It's a positive step in the right direction. And for Tainan, I think one of the keys is just consistency. He doesn't have to be successful at all these. He's still got eight minutes to work, and if he does get to the mount or the cross side, that's going to be a very, very bad position for J-Rod. I mean, Tainan's able to get to where he can get past the guard or reverse. It's going to be a really bad place for J-Rod to be. Here he's coming up now. So now, can he thread this right foot back in? Watch out for this. There, he's threaded it back in, but there he got to the top. Now, almost to the top, eh? But it's closer, a little bit closer. So, where J-Rod needs to stay up on the feet and circling. Now he's kind of down and in. But he can't get his underhooks. It's a big difference when you're down and in with no underhooks. There he's got his underhooks. There. But then Tainan's able to get him out. And this is where J-Rod needs to just start running around. He can run around. If he can't get the underhooks, running around. He's got a deep underhook now on that right side. He's got to get his head down.
And, you know, we talk about Tainan Dalpra. He's competed against the best of the best in the gi. This is only his third no-gi match ever, and he's got a big task at hand. And, you know, 6 minutes, 40 seconds left. He's not winning this match so far. Yeah. So it'd be very interesting to see what kind of strategy he plays out in the last bit of this match to get the advantage over J-Rod, which is a very, very tough task.
And strategy, what you just said, is why I am so impressed with Tainan. He wrestled. That's why he's eventually going to be a champion here. He didn't care about saying, you know what, I'm going to sit down and play safe. He wrestled. He wrestled. Strategy is out the window. Getting better is what he's focused on, and I think that is why he will be a champion here eventually. Just whether it's, you know, this year, next year, whatever it is because strategy doesn't have any place when you're technically getting better. Strategy is a way to win. Strategy is your way to impart tactics which make you win better, but it doesn't make you technically better. And so he tested himself. I think that's very impressive early on. That's one of the reasons why I thought this match would be so fun is both guys kind of throw strategy and tactics out the window a little bit. And Tainan, I think, because he wants to get better, and J-Rod just kind of just goes anyway. So.
There's entanglement from Tainan on the leg, working to the back, getting to the. Yes,
what he needed.
That's exactly the plan. I feel like
beautiful.
To get to the controlling position.
That was beautiful. And now he's in good position. I may get shaken off here. There he goes. But back
there it is.
The leg again.
Works to the leg again. J-Rod just shucked him off from that position.
Yeah.
Judge's favor.
But I would say that J-Rod is using a little bit more energy. than Tainan, so.
J-Rod just stepping out of these entanglements, doing a great job. Looking to get the arm there for a sec there.
Almost around, but the head position is not good. So Tainan's shins are in the way. Whoa, triangle.
That was on fast.
It's on fast. So his head position with north-south, which wasn't quite where he wanted to be. Now let's see if he can get into this position. See if he
in
can
the
manage to
gi,
come up.
in this position, Tainan gets it.
Yep. It's a little bit looser, but he's doing a good job of tying up on the legs here. Now he's on top. Now it's trouble. He's on top. He's got very good pressure. Let's see if he can get around the guard here or through it.
This is where the Rafa Mendes style, fast-paced, controlling the shins with that C grip, moving laterally, side to side. But looking to get that front headlock to control, possibly to get to the back. Tainan now kind of in the zone here, doing a much better approach.
I think he's feeling that J-Rod is fading.
Yes.
And now he's starting to get these positions more frequently that is good for him. Now he's in the back,
One hook in.
Yeah, I think we're getting near the end here.
Tainan gets both hooks in, arm around the neck. J-Rod peeling that choke off.
See if Tainan begins to pummel through the hands here and start to actually look to strangle. Right now, I think he's content with keeping back, getting a little bit of composure, a little rest, eat the clock down a little bit. Then I think maybe he'll start to look to submit. 2 minutes, still a lot of time.
So we had one judge's favor go to each athlete, but right now, Tainan Dalpra is dominating.
Yeah.
J-Rod started off so aggressive. Beautiful takedown. And, you know, we talk about the unlimited gas tank of J. Rodriguez. Tainan was able to sort of shut him down for a sec. J-Rod gets out and gets to the top position of Tainan Dalpra. Can he open up the guard and look to attack? Looks like Tainan a little slower on that leg entanglement there.
Yeah,
J-Rod trying to use this as an opportunity to pass.
Plata still there on that far side. This will certainly make it interesting here. Now, if J-Rod mounts right here, he's got that underhook again on this side. You put his head on the floor, he can step right over the legs. I mean, right knee can cut through the middle or step right over. He got thrown out there, but it's 1 minute left. Now that leg's in there again. So J-Rod just missed the head position. Couldn't get the head inside the legs.
Tainan now in the 50-50 position. One of the positions innovated by the Mendes brothers. 43 seconds left. Can J-Rod pass the guard of Tainan Dalpra? Looking for that knee cut here.
Yeah, if he's gonna circle all the way to north-south, then he's gotta get inside the legs with his head position.
There it is.
See, his head is locked out there, and now he's left his arm back, so.
Looking to get a double under stack now, 20 seconds left. Trying to work, Tainan recovers. Five seconds left. And that is it. The match between, gi and no gi. We talked, this is Tainan's third no gi matchup. J-Rod called it. He's like, I heard there's this gi guy, Tainan Dalpra. I want a piece of him. We made it happen. Just an awesome match from start to finish. We saw a lot of different entanglements. We saw a lot of different exchanges, leg attacks. We saw armbar. We saw omoplata. We saw back takes. We saw mount. We saw it all in this match. This match lived up to the hype. I'm so glad we got to see it here to Who's Number One.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, let's take a look. Look at that
Blast
initial
double
shot
leg.
right out of the gate. Countered the guillotine nicely. And early on, mounted early on, all J-Rod. And then slowly but surely, Tainan started to come back little by little. Tries that little toe hold there, but then slowly but surely was able to put J-Rod down. And then start his offensive onslaught with getting on the back. And so J-Rod out of position there with the head. Almost triangle, slides out nicely. What a back and forth. Well, actually, it was like all J-Rod, then all time. So, man.
And then it was like back and forth, and then sort of teetered off a little bit at the end. So it'll be interesting to see who the judges think is the winner.
The judges' scorecards are in, and your winner via decision. Out of the red corner, Tainan Dalpra.
Tainan Dalpra, 3-0 here at Who's Number One, defeats Jay Rodriguez. What an awesome match.